Welcome, Tzvi here, your holistic mindset spiritual healer. How forgiving yourself for the past is so vital. Why? Making mistakes is part of life. How we choose to react is a real key we're going to talk about here. Yes, it can be very difficult, can be very painful, can be very frustrating, and we have to be completely honest with ourselves. And you also have to remember the most important thing is God gave us a choice to feel safe where we are right now, to be able to let it go and know that it is a good choice that we're making. And if it's not, we have the ability to change. We have the ability to choose our thoughts. That is the most painful part, is realizing that you cannot change your thought. You're stuck. No, not true. God Hashem gave us a choice to be able to do this. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Now, the first thing most important is to understand that we have a choice of thoughts. Certain things come into our life constantly all the time that we have no control over. But the beautiful thing is God Hashem put it there, and we have to learn through letting go and understanding and visualizing that we don't need to control that situation. But what we can do is choose our thoughts on how we react to it. This is what we're talking about today. Very, very, very important. What do I mean by that? By changing our thoughts, it can change the whole situation. How do I know that? Because that's what is written in our holy Torahs that tell us that we do have choices with our thoughts. A lot of things we don't, but we're given this choice. Our free will is to choose our thoughts. So that being said, we look at our past traumas and mistakes, and we thought, oh, I made another mistake again. And guess what? That's another test. See, you reacted the same way and you're going to get the same outcome. But every time it keeps happening the same. Of course it is going to happen that way. It's made to happen that way, isn't it? Our thoughts. So when it comes up, well, nope, I'm not going to get caught again. I have a choice now to know that this is a test, the 10th time, the 100th time, 100,000, whatever time it may be, that now this time I'm going to choose not to get hooked into feeling sad, bad, depressed, whatever it is. Nope, I'm not going to get hooked in. I'm going to know this is my test right here, right now. And the best way to do that is through mindfulness. Jewish mindfulness. Know that God controls everything. Hashem, come here, present right now, and just realize, whoop, I'm about to get drawn in, and I'm about to get, the body's going to clam up. My vision's going to be of something terrible, bad happening. No, I have a choice right now to change those thoughts, change that emotion to what I do want. And the whole thing can change it around. You can have the same scenario, but you can make it feel different and think different about it. Yes, and it can make the whole outcome change. Because it's like, you know, you can have something that's broken. Oh, this is broken, it's no good. Or you can put a bit of time and effort in, like, hey, if I do a little bit of work on this, I can make this the most beautiful thing. Takes a bit of effort, and guess what happens? It's two separate things, outcomes. But the same thing we started with, the bases were the same, but no, we're going to choose to go out. So what happens is those tests finally come weakened. So then God decides, oh, you've moved past that test, so let's give you a new test. So we don't have to getting caught in the past of the mistakes that we do. Oh, I just can't do this. It's too difficult. The past mistakes are just too much for me. I just don't want to keep doing it. You may not even hear that song, that repetitiveness happening over and over again. But it could be in the subconscious mind. But the point is we're going to be back here. And all of a sudden what happens is a vision, and then a thought goes into it, and the whole body clams up and locks up. I'm back in that past. I'm not going to go there again. That past pain keeps coming up. And you can ask yourself, why do I keep making the mistake? I hate this happening. I keep making a mistake. The key is to be conscious of what's happening. The world is going so quick and moving, we've got so many different devices that can make things, speed things up. But we have a choice. Do we want to be part of that and get hooked in by that storm? It's almost like a big storm, a cyclone that's coming in and throwing and thrashing around. Or realize, hey, there's a safe haven right here, right now. I can sit here pleasantly with God and know that He really runs the whole show. So I'm going to hook into Him. I'm going to go be a passenger in His bus. Not this whole crazy thing that's going to thrash you around. There's so much bad. No, God, Hashem knows what's good for us. So do I have to keep getting upset over mistakes in the past? No, because I'm going to keep producing more of it. No. I'm saying no a lot, but the reason is to say, yes, I'm going to choose what I'd like to choose. I'm going to choose the thoughts. Yes, I am going to choose those thoughts. Yes, I am going to be open to it. and leaving the control and the reaction to something greater than us. Hook into that spiritual aspect of us. When we hook into our imagination, they say that this is totally controlled from the powers of above. So when we can be calm and get our breathing nice, it's so beautiful, because now there's another tip, is to watch that breathing. When you're feeling panicked and stopped, the breath gets all very up and down. Sometimes you're really holding your breath, you're clamming your body. No, just relax it. Nobody needs to see what's going on. You can just do it yourself. Just do it anywhere, all the time. You just check how your shoulders are, your jaw are, whatever parts of the body feel tight. And then just realize, hey, my breathing's off, so I'm going to bring it in. It's interesting how it works, because you can be in an argument with somebody, and if you keep screaming at them, they'll keep screaming at you. But if you choose to just talk quietly, they'll scream and it's like nothing's there. So then what will happen next is that they'll slowly calm down. And you did nothing. You chose to be yourself. I'm not getting hooked into this other thing at all. It's nothing to do with me. That's their choice. And when we make that conscious choice and the thought that I'm not getting hooked into it, the same of getting conscious thought about getting hooked into the past, we can now let it go and start moving forward. The key point I want to stress here, stress not in a negative way, but stress as in showing you, is that, see, there's two choices of stress. We can say, oh, this is very difficult. Or we can say stressing is like emphasizing that, hey, we have the power to change our thoughts to positive thoughts. We have the power, choice, to be joyful and happy and realize, yes, this is a test, I can make something good out of it. And you're going to say, this is too difficult. You got hooked into the old way. How would you know unless you try it? And some people say, fake it until you make it. Well, are you faking it? No. What you're doing is actually completely something different. You're actually programming yourself to see in these situations, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to get upset about my past. I'm going to enjoy that I learnt this, and I'm going to enjoy to add on to it. So now it's gone from saying faking to realizing programming, using neuroplasticity to create new. And I'm going to hook into the higher powers of God above me. And I'm going to visualize with emotions that drive the force of the past that hold you back. I'm going to use that same ability to now put a picture of something nice, a nice thought, a nice emotion. And then you can allow that to come in. The people call this thing the law of nature. Well, that's a physical thing, but there's even higher than the law of nature. That's our spiritual one, is way higher, more controlling, has more beautiful abilities. Hook into that. That can arise above everything. There's a whole other set of rules that belong to that. Just to quickly wrap it up, forgiving ourselves for our past mistakes is virtually simple. Becoming calm, becoming positive, becoming more joyful, looking forward to the test. So instead of going the negative way, we're going to try and supplement with every single possible way we can. I want to thank you so much for staying through to the end. I'd love you to hit the like button. These are great things that help me with the algorithm. Hit the like button, a beautiful comment. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe please. I much appreciate it. Already a subscriber, thank you very much.